Hello everyone and welcome to the 5th round already of the Season 11 Speed Force Racing Championship, and we are starting this week with the GP4 division, where we now head to a different road of the calendar, should say, where we started the first 4 Grand Prix, which are also were also in real life, and those were Bahrain, Saudi Arabia, Australia, and Emilia-Romagna in San Marino. But we are today in Belgium, and before we move on to qualifying, we will go through the championship standings, which G leads with 80 points, 60 points for Poch. They are looking to be the drivers we have to look out for, but also the V car is already a crash from Gilbert. Oh, that's a big one at the top of Radio, so he is already out. We have Danny for Furious in 5th, Sub-Zero in 6th, Boknet in 7th, McHarry 8th, McQuarrie 9, and Ryan Doom 10th. And outside the top 10 are Sheldon, Felix, Bobcat, Wiggles, Seaview, Gijzelodium, Mohammed Gooner, Sadouans, but he is not racing with us anymore, Lewis and SFR, MFS8W. And into the constructors we have the Mercedes leading, and from a Ferrari, AlphaTauri, Haas, Alpine, Aston Martin, McLaren, Red Bull, Alfa Romeo and Williams. So we have done that, the standings. We will go to the Mark Curti, who is the first driver out on track currently. And we already lost Gilbert, not something he wished. So, but also with the cold tires, you go out. It could be difficult to survive a rouge if the tires are not up to temperature. We'll go for a lap with Mark Curti starting the lap at the longest track we have. Turn 1. Last Lewis is a second gear hairpin, where you need to get the best exit possible for the very long straight, one of the longest straights you could say also of the calendar. Here Rouge, Radio, and here's the place where Gilbert crashed, and here is the best place for overtaking. DRS here wide open, as you could see from Mark Curti here. Then we're gonna brake for Lecombe, a wide entry from McCurdy, 3rd gear up to 4th, up to 5th, should be. Then into a slower right hander, of course a little bit downhill, so it could be difficult at the braking. Then into the left, and then we go to pull on, which you could almost take flat out in the qualifying lap. That's obviously not possible in the race, but McCurdy takes it safely. Then we go into the flip-flop, as I heard it this weekend has been called. Really cautious by McCurdy again. And then to this corner, which is also really important for the action, because there's another long straight coming up. And here we can expect the drivers to set up their moves in the bus stop, or prepare themselves for a move later on the track. Into the bus stop, the final chicane. Should get them right here. Get a great exit coming out of here to complete the lap. The Spa Francorchamps was 149.859 from Mark McCurdy. Then we'll move on to Seaview, who tops the time sheets almost 4.5 seconds quicker. That's a little bit more aggressive from Seaview in Williams. We go to a championship leader as of our Meiji. Sub-Zero goes to the top with a 45.2. Poch slots in behind him as we lost Seaview after the comp, and this Meiji with his first banker 45.8. I presume that's quite okay. We go to Dan in the Alpine, and he sets a first lap time that's good enough for P7. Oh, S11 is back. I said he wasn't racing it with us anymore, but he just popped up on my screen, I suppose. I honestly never really look who we are racing at. Let's go to more important things. It's S11 car with a 145 flat. So it's an Italian 1-2 at the moment. Go to Fat and Furious, who starts a lap by now. And we lost Dan also at Le Com. So we'll go to Wiggles to see what happened to him. We also saw the crash of Seaview of this flyer. It looks like he lost it off the curb, and that the same thing must have happened to Seaview, I believe. Here we go with Fat and Furious, but is it also Fast and Furious? We will see in about a minute. Oh, of course, less for them. Also a quite cautious entry to pull on. Fat and Furious now at the Blanchimont, where there was a free crash in real life a few days ago, which could be very scary. Luckily we can no get any injuries in this game, but Fat and Furious has a 48.2 currently, and it's just outside the top 10. Wiggles did another lap on those softs, a 46.8, but I'm sure you'll now go back into pits because you need a lot of time to get around this track, to do an out lap, do the lap itself, and then the end lap. So all in all you will lose 5 minutes plus. Yes, 5 minutes plus. Here we have Kaiserlonian, who is on his out lap. Shadow Lanza, as you now see, go to P3, so it's S top 4. And May Harry joins the session. Quite a while I've seen him ago. Hope he'll have a good time here today. We also, Shadow has crashed. Luckily on this game there there is just runoff and not in real life gravel everywhere on Spa. But we also lost Mohammed Gurna. I don't know if he had a penalty, but it could really be. I haven't seen him on track, and we won't see him on track until the race starts. Here we have the Mercedes of Kaiselonium through the flip-flap. That's purple sector too, whatever it means of course. But knowing Kaiselonium, he is quite fast. I think I have only seen him in season open in Bahrain, where he qualified in the top 3. So that just shows that he can take part in the qualifying and also be in serious contention. But at the moment he's half a second off in front of his teammate. That's always important. Potch has spun coming out of Le Com, so he wastes this set of boots. Let's go to Sheldon. Oh, he has invalidated. Not what you want, of course. Sub-Zero with further on the lap, and he's just stopping it. Potch started the lap. Potch is, I think, new here. So, if he's new, a very warm welcome to Speedforce Racing Bocce 92. And surprisingly, he has 92 on his car. Ha! Sub-Zero. Currently in P2, wants to get that pole position from the car. Looks like he backed up because this isn't looking very fast. This looks like a Sunday drive at Spa. Curti has left the session. He's just on one lap of 49.8. Just a pole position, of course, but hopefully he joins back. Sub-Zero goes into the pits. Medici invalidates, so we'll move on to Bocce. Bocce, that's P8. Improves the time and also position. 45.9 into the 45, that's currently Trent. And from now on we have nobody on a lap. So we could talk a bit about the country. Belgium is a country that has 11.5 million people are living in there, and it's one of the countries that they are speaking in 3 different languages. Those are Dutch, French and German. And if you're just listening, as I saw 8 people are watching me, or watching us, could say, watching Bocce go around Spa. The most interesting fact about Belgium is that Belgium holds the world record for the longest period without a government. And I hear you thinking, well, how long is that? It lasted for 589 days. I hope in whatever country you are living, I hope they won't break that record. Oh, but she has crashed. That's not really good. We go to Fast and Furious, and to talk further about Belgium. Belgium is world famous for its chocolate, waffles, beer, and its national football team, the Red Devils. And talking about the waffles, it was a few days ago when it was the birthday of the waffles. And when I was looking, I saw there is also a restaurant just above Manchester that's called the Belgian waffle. I've never been there, so hopefully it tastes good. But we go to Fast and Furious, who goes very hot into the bus stop and goes out of the bus stop. But the P8 just slightly slower than Mary G, just 2000 between the two. Really impressive. Wait, ahead of me. So we'll move on to, let's see, there's one of the authorities on the left. But she isn't. We saw him spinning. Zero is on the left, and we have to move on to another Aston Martin, which is AGT Sheldon Cooper. You could almost eat a banana on this long straight in Sector 3. But Sheldon doesn't, so he will just move on in the S11 Martin. And also 45. No, just slightly not. 46 low from him, but good enough for the top 10. Mercedes. Met Gijsselonië. Sub-Zero has crashed out on the top of Dion. It's pole position, yes, the first 44 of the week comes from Gijsselonië. And we move on to his teammate Manny G. He also goes into 44 with a 44.6, second quicker than his previous run. Botch goes really quick through the lap, and now he goes to the top with a 44.5. Impressive. Then we'll go to Shadowlands, but he has invalidated this time. Aye. Wiggles doesn't go for a lap. Sheldon has gone for another run, but is really low on his ERS. I shouldn't talk about ERS, but I do it because qualifying is not really that important to talk about. I think the start below is one. 4 tenths up is Sheldon's time if he didn't just look at this. He could jump his teammate and move a row up. That's also really positive if it could happen to him. There goes Sheldon with a 45.8 behind his teammate. So we lost a bit in the final sector. But we have both Aston Martins in the top 10. but it is a SFR 1-2 with SFR Porsche Racing on pole position for the Belgian Grand Prix, with SFR Medici in second, just missing out on pole by should say 37 thousandths. What is 37 thousandths on a track of 7 kilometers now? 7 kilometers. Yeah. Both McLarens haven't set the time, so they will start from the back. And I said it earlier, and Kaiserslautern is again in the top 3, so should take a look out for those in the Mercedes, and hopefully they get a great start. If you ask me, Spa's one of the best first laps, if you ask me, but we go through the results. Porsche beats Medici by 37 thousandths, and by 37 hundredths it's Kaiserslautern, who is just 8 hundredths quicker than the Vika. Then it's close match between Sub-Zero and Zero Lancer on the third row. CPU is the last one to be within a second. P7 it is for him. Fat and Furious in 8. Sheldon and 9 both Aston Martins, and Bocci rounds out the top 10. Then finishes 11th, Wickles 12th, Mark 13th, and without the timeout, Gilbert, Mick Harry, Bobcat and Mohamed Gouna. So we have done that, and we will move on to the race, which are 22 laps at Spa-Francorchamps in the Ardennes. A beautiful place to go for a holiday, if you still have some holidays left, of course. I haven't, but I'm sure some of you still have some days left, so it's really be recommended to go there. Let's take a look at the comments. Yeah, Martin agrees with me. Belgium is also the home to the best chocolate. Thank you very much. Shadowlancer says the invalidation cost me. Could have made it to the top 3 had I not overdrove it in the second sector. And Adam concludes that there were big laps from the top 3. They were very right. And he says, I'm calling a podium for Dan. Well, there was a certain driver yesterday who started also outside the top 10 and won the race. So, if someone can do it, why can our drivers not do it? Well, talk about the tires is not really that shocking, with all of the mediums. Yes, all of the mediums. So I expect then will be a medium hard strategy. I maybe expected the McLarens at the back to go to a different strategy, but they're sticking to the same game plan. That's fair enough. Yes. Haven't seen it earlier this season, but this might be the first race with everyone starting on the same compound. I haven't got a clue what the weather will be. It looks like a bit overcast on the track, and some rain in the last lap could cause some mayhem. Qwerty says, looks like we're gonna have a bit of rain during the race. That's interesting. But when does that rain fall? Hopefully we can do more than 3 laps. So, yeah, we will be content with that one. Rain in 5 minutes. Oh, that's alright. Then I'm asking myself why nobody just gambled on a soft compound. But well, we're looking at to see how the driver's line. Okay, slowly gets the school fight. 0, come on, little bit go. Yes, okay. Everyone sits here. Bobcat, let's see where he goes. Bam! Right good. No! He's got disqualified. Anyway. Lights are coming on. 4, 5 red lights. No red lights. We are racing for the Speedforce Racing Belgian Grand Prix with S11 front row with Potch and Medici are both championship contenders. And Medici goes around the outside of Potch, and also the figure wants to go with him. The top 3 in the exact same order as it is in the standings. As Gijzelodian and Subby go side by side with Urus. Shouldn't be the way. Let's go on board with Potch. Will he have a run? Medici is just pulling away. So he has a low downforce. Oh, Potch outbreaks himself. And will lose 2 positions to the V-car, and Sub-Zero and Gijzelodian lost also a few places. Dropped P5 with Sheldon making a good getaway. At the 6th, Seafield 7th, Furious 8th, Dan 9th, and Mohammed Goder is up to 10th place, but he has front weight damage. So I'm afraid he's going to pit. Shadowlands and Downs to the inside. Back ball from the Fulham supporter. Which I wanted to say to sign the player today, but it was from a different club who got promoted to the Prem. But we shouldn't talk about that. Let's talk about Potch, who is behind Sub-Zero. He has to gain the places he lost. Oh, very furious breaks late. Medici says the fastest lap. It's quite easy if you're leading the pack. Here goes Dan. Outside of Fat and Furious with yellow. That's from Gilbert. That's it. Oh, we have yellow. Virtual safeguard is out. I see that on the LED screens on outside the track. Here we have Gilbert without the front wing. They go as great as the Alfa Romeos yesterday, I believe. So what's he gonna do? Yeah, from his point there isn't much you can do. But let's go to the front. Especially with the battle of second, as Pacino up to third. As past Sub-Zero, I can't remember it me already. But let's see how the race start's gonna be. Here the strategy, medium hard as we expect, but it's gonna rain, that's what we know. Bobcat gets a drive-through penalty for speeding under the PSC, but Potch Porsche car, the mega rim. What does he do the outside? No. He's waiting. Oh, he has to go the outside of the V car. A S11 battle for second place and Porsche goes around the outside. Beautifully done. Oh, he got touched by the V car. Unbelievable. I can't believe what I'm seeing here. Porsche has the first 3 laps to forget about. But hopefully the rain maybe it comes in the view. It goes around the side of Dan. Oh, it's contact on the straight. Unbelievable. There goes Porsche. Those are Collet. Let's go on the outside, coming out of the Albion. GP4. And Sheldon are battling for 5th place, and GP4 is the winner out of this battle. With Dan pressuring and behind. Shadow lost his front wing. I saw front wing flying on the run onto Rouge. But they say, oh, we have a crash. That's Porsche out. Oh, Porsche out, and it starts raining right now, and the safety car is out. Oh. Yes. So Porsche is out, so that could be very big news for this man we are following here. It's a certain Mercedes of Medici. Doesn't go into the pits, and why should he? So we've got a first retirement. Daniel confirms it's raining. Thank you very much. And then it's really optimistic, already putting on the intermediate. Same with Wiggles and Muhammad. Well, if you're at the back then you could try it, you know. And if the safety car comes in when it's wet enough, then he could really take the benefit from it. So we have Dan behind the field. The Shadow Lancer is going for the hard tires. That's really painful if it's raining, because the hards just when it's raining. I think that's what I was saying. Last three also on the Intes. Oh, the V car goes in. He goes in indeed. So will he also do the trick also see vehicles with him. So they will give up track position to move on to the Inters. It will be a really bad decision if this plan doesn't work out. But they're all following them. They either they're listening to the stream as Benfica exceeds the pit line exit a little bit, or they're watching the stream, or just having just while looking to others, and so then on the Inters, others behind, probably on the Inters. Let's just try it, no? And how does the track look like? Isn't really wet enough, so the dry tires should be in favor. But we're waiting on Gilbert, who asked him to begin the race for the whole, should say, race on the whole weekend. Safety cars in this lap, so get your Belgian chocolates, get your Belgian waffles, and also the beer to prepare yourself for the restart of the Belgian Grand Prix in the GP4 division. Yeah, at Speedforce Racing. So obviously Medici can decide whenever he wants to go. And how does the gamble from those on the Inters pay out? And maybe Bocci could be someone to look at on those soft tires. When does Medici wants to go? Takes a wider entry or exit. He goes now, and we have Gilbert already will reach second time manually. Quite a lot of pitting now. For the viewers, I think, had a moment. Here's them. How looks the traction? Yeah, still a little bit conservative. How does Rouge go? Quite good for him as the audio is again playing a part. Bocci and Shadow. I talked about Bocci and he moves up to P7 if he can get a stop, but he can't. Oh! Just before Shadow answered. Oh, there are even more. Vika goes around his other Bocci. And here goes the Vika to the inside. He also gambled on the intermediates and goes to the inside and overtakes Bocci. Yeah, the track is now really wet now, so it's definitely time for the Inters. Hell, you have to make Harry out of nowhere up to top position. As goes to the inside of Casalonion into the flat flap. Ha! For the move. Oh, the rear comes around Casalonion, and here goes Dan around the other side. He can brake later because he is on this intermediate set. There goes Sub-Zero, who doesn't have a chance against McHarry. McHarry just puts on the ERS and gets past Sub-Zero. Oh! That's the difference between dry tires on a wet track and wet tires on a wet track. as all the rest are coming in. So Dan says, thank you very much everyone, I'm taking the lead of this race. And we know from last week that if Dan's in the lead, he can control the race from start to finish. So yeah, and then we have Mohammed Guna in P2, ladies and gentlemen. He just started dead last at this race, and after 7 laps he's up to P2. The V car who gave a touch to Potch in the 3rd lap is now back at the 3rd place behind Mohammed Guna. Seafield, who crashed in the Golfer and is up in 4th. Gilbert is up to 5th, who was already done 3,000 pit stops, I believe. Oh, and that's another pit stop, because he smashes himself with front wing. Up there, comes around, and has to look for the pits again. It's a shame. Oh, safety car's out because of Gilbert. Yeah, and that's the advantage of Dan gone. But he has the track position, that's the most important thing. Oh yes, thank you for Lewis mentioned, because Mick Harry has chosen the soft tires. Well, when you play the game, the softs are described as the tire that has the most grip, but not in these conditions. No. But I like it. Maybe he does something. Oh, he almost goes off a star below. So McHarry, just go into the pits. Take some wet tires, because I don't think it's gonna stop raining by now, because it's still raining. Yes, he's found the bits. Thank God he without damage. With excitement we watch the tires. And it's indeed a set of intermediates. So McHarry will start the race where will rejoin the race where he started. That's it. Wow, some racing! Ha! No overtaking is allowed, but you could make fun of us. Oh! Gilbert spun again. Don't murder your gearbox, Gilbert. I think he wants to be disqualified. Exactly, he wants to be disqualified, and he gets what he wants. Well then, we move to the front with Dan and Mohammed Guna and the V-car in 3rd. So we will only be waiting on McHarry, but the safety car will come in next lap, I believe. Venom Fury's got a 5-second time penalty for a touch. And if he's spreading, that must be a front wing damage. We will see. Already just a 5-second, that could also be the case. Can't see if he is goes for another front wing, but well, Sheldon now gets a 5-second time penalty. The Aston Martins, ladies and gentlemen, are really touchable to others. McHarry retired. Well, he crashed behind the safety car. So he probably smashed in someone's rear. So he's out. That's a short day for McHarry. Hopefully we'll see you next week for the Dutch Grand Prix at Zandvoort. Or Zandvoort, what you want to call it. It's not a long trip from Spa to Zandvoort. Maybe the shortest of them all. Right, the view has almost joined the pack. So we can get back to some racing with the safety car in this lap. Same rules like before, Dan can decide wherever he wants to go. And Manichi waited till the final corner. I think that will be the same for Dan, as Mohammed is really awake at the restart. He wants to pass him as quickly as possible. When does he go? He goes now! We are back to racing on lap 10 of the Belgian Grand Prix. With, see if you're having a look, he goes for it down the inside of the V car. But the V car gets him on the exit. Oh, side by side from Mohammed Corner. Side by side for Urus. Thank God you don't no go around side by side, I would say. Oh, here goes Manny G, who is really fast in the dry, but he also looks fast in the wet. Oh, let's see if you broke very late for Lacombe. And he gets it on also on the exit of Lacombe. He doesn't smash it like in the qualifying. You see, Mohammed Guna really has the pace, so already has a second to Dan, who really had the best gamble of today, which put him currently in P2. So they go very wide, going out staff low, go on board. As Dan either is using a lot of ERS, I think he is, because he's really closing on Mohammed Guna. And Mohammed Guna just had a very terrible third sector. And we know from GP4 drivers, also from last year, that they are burning their ERS like hell to defend the close up. And we could also see the same thing as tomorrow as Seafuel is off. at La Source. Thank God for him, there's just runoff and not gravel, otherwise he would some way be stuck. Oh, a mold coming out of it. That opens the door for Mr. Wiggles. Without the arrest, so it has to be an old classic move. Oh, Bocce is off. Yeah, safety car is out again. For Bocce, we'll then Benfica battling. As the safety cars, guys, it's third safety car today, so we aren't really in a hurry to get this race done and dusted. No drivers are pitting, which fair enough is, of course. There is not really much wear on those tires. We know also the half point of the race, so we can take a look at the positions. Yeah, but Howard Gordon just is doing a last to first, yeah, as he moved up 16 positions. 16. Then we have Dan with 9, who did a great gamble on the Inters. So. Then we have Mr. Wiggles with 6 positions. Mark QWERTY with 5. And Bucket also with 6. Excuse me for my nieces. I hope the safety car comes in so we get back on the racing again. Doesn't look like it will go for now. Maybe we're a little cold, but oh my god, Mohammed, stay on the track, mate. Yeah, we're looking at you because you are our race leader. The fastest lap currently is for Matty G with a 52.1. Let's say Matty G is now into the pits, so let's take a look. Here he is. Probably had a penalty also, the V cars in. So they're now both at the back of the race now. So they have to start from the back again. The two highest placed drivers on the championship. Meiji leading of course, and the V car 24 points behind. But they're not losing too much time, but one thing they lose is track position, which could be a really big thing. But this also moves Shadow Lancer and Van Furious now into the points. Lap 13 we are in. Next lap is going to be lap 14, which we will go back on the racing again. 8 laps. And let this be the final safety car, as Mohammed got really close to well. Yes, the Martin safety car, which that safety car has been created by some F1 technology. It was basically a Formula 1 car with a roof. We are seeing in front of Mohammed. Safety car is in, like I said before. Third safety car is a third different driver to can decide the restart. If we still don't know how it works. The leader of the safety car can decide wherever he wants to go once the safety car has come in. So we saw with Dan, he is was waiting a little bit longer than Mary G. Dan was waiting on the straight. What's Mohammed gonna do? Really slow, really slow. And now he goes. Now he's racing. And it's Wiggles who is really close to Seaview. Oh! That Williams goes, oh, Mohammed is up! Mohammed is off the podium, and it's Dan who retakes the lead in the Belgian Grand Prix with Seaview in second, but it gets overtaken by Wiggles before the Seaview goes really wide, and he loses all the places he pretty much gained. And now Mark Querdia has got a run on him, but he can defend. 7-0 and Mohammed Guna side by side. Oh! I wonder if this isn't ended with contact in the wall, but thank God it's no crashes as Bobcat goes around the side of Gijslolium, I believe. Oh! Gijslolium smashes to the rear of Bobcat, so that's probably damage for him, I suppose. But fence. For Shadowlands, and Evans Manager will move up 2 places because Gijslolium won't make that job too difficult. And there goes Shadowlands past him. Oh, we have a battle for 4th place. It's Seaview and Semi-Zero side by side through the flip-flop. Hoppatay! Seaview to P4. Ha! Oh, Mohammed goes wide. Oh, that's Bobcat in a little bit of gravel. Here goes Semi-Zero to the inside of Mark Querty. To the Blanchimo. Really scary place. No Shadowlands and a Manager side by side. The Mercedes versus the Rebel Blue bricks later, and Manager bricks really late, and Rich contact with Bobcat. And that's invites Shadowlands to go back to the inside, and now it's up to 8th place. And the speed car has a run. He's looking to the inside. Will he brake later? No, just not. No, Bobcat. Dan has a 1.5 second lead to Wiggles. So he is safe now. Wiggles P2 with Mohammed, who made a mistake The first turn after the restart, as we have Sub-Zero and GP4 side by side, but Sub-Zero either comes out as a winner or just defends the position, because defense is coming out of Lacombe. With success, so he stays in P4, with GP4 P5, now 13-6. Als the Figa made a mistake or just got overtaken by Sheldon because the Figa is dropped out of the points. I'm not really sure to where to look at. As Reggles is getting closer to there, we should keep an eye on that. Well, let's keep an eye. We just go to it. Here we go. Coming out of Stavelo, and Reggles is just on the rear of him. Here we see the Alfa Romeo getting closer to him. Goes wide. No penalty, luckily. And there you have created 2-second gap to Mohammed. That's some good news. Seafield seems to be struggling a little bit. As I see a dive bomb almost be made by Medellin, but he's just showing shadow in the mirrors that he's there. Always good to know. For the drivers to keep attending. Here goes McCurdy, what a massive run! That's an easy pass if you got a massive run coming out of the radio. So McCurdy's up to 6th place. Who got disconnected after the qualifying, is back to 6th, so it's a great recovery drive from McCurdy. Medellin seems to be stuck behind Shadow as Figa now has repassed Shadow Furious. But now I think Shadow just lost it. She lost some places. Bobcat is getting closer to Mark Reddy again. There goes Mark Quirky to the rear of Seaview. Not at this point. Oh, Seaview showing shoe up Sub-Zero that he's still there. That's just a massive train behind him as Shadow puts the turbo on up the inside, and P7 it is for Shadow overtaking Bobcat. Oh, that's a crash for Sub-Zero is off at the radio. That's a big one, and that's of course a safety car. That's really fair. But Sub-Zero is out of the race. That's big trouble for the driver who was really going well. Top 5. And he has thrown that away. So this should be the final safety car we got today. And as the laps ticks by, we have still then into the lead of the race. And I'm just looking now at the championship now, and then obviously won Imola. That was last week. And he could go for a back-to-back. Where he will jump potch with that, and if it stays like this, he could also 21. He will go to second place in the championship if it stays like this. Potch isn't scoring, I think there are only 2 points. G is a little bit too far away to overtake him, but if he makes a mistake, he could be. No. Whatever G does, it will result for Dan in moving up to the top of the league. Are the drivers going into pits? Yes, Mark Curty does, and also G. Then wait a moment, I don't see it raining anymore. Well, it is still raining, I'm blind, but Mark Curty goes for a fresh set of inters. How much difference does that make? We will know shortly. There's quite a late turning, I think it was from Mark 30. G outside the point, same as Shed and Furious. So we'll be waiting when those drivers are behind the safety so we can quickly go again. Five laps left in the Belgian Grand Prix at Spa-Francorchamps, where it has already been a hectic and dramatic race for some certain people, with Dan really is the man to if you ask me who's going to be the driver of the day, it should be Dan, because he started from 12th place, I believe, and decided when the first safety car came to just jump on the inters, and when the safety car came out it was wet enough, so he was in the advantage. Well, he got overtaken by Mohammed, but Mohammed made a mistake, so Dan was back in the lead again, and we haven't seen big mistakes from Dan currently this season, even though we are just now doing the 5th race of the season of the another 15 that are coming. We have entered lap 19, and that's going to be the lap where the safety car will come in, and we hopefully will not see the safety car anymore until tomorrow, with when the GP3 will entertain our Tuesday night. Well, oh, Mohammed Golder! He has left the session. I presume that that is just a... how do you call it? Disconnection. Difficult word. But hopefully Mohammed Golder gets quickly back into the game, because he has been a star in this race. Remember, he started dead last. But when he joins back, he will have ice cold wet, no, intermediate tires, which you really don't want, especially at a track like this with all the elevation changes, especially in the first sector. The safety car is coming in for, this was the 4th safety car we had, and it will be the final one. And for the 2nd time in the 4th safety cars we will have Dan, who is leading the restart. The last time out he was leading the restart. He just waited till the start finish line. Will he do the same? And will Wiggles go all in on the restart or just wait till the final lap? He is going, and he is already making a slight gap to Wiggles, and Mohammed Gouno obviously does not the AI. This well, his AI is driving. As I see a lunge from the McLaren of Bobcat. Sevius again up, makes again a mistake. Just in front of Bobcat, so Bobcat will go outside. Oh, save you! Holy shit! Oh, I'm sorry for my swearing there, but Bobcat just touched the rear on the radio, so bloody scary, and the big car moves up to P5. Oh, and Seaview is really struggling with the tires. The V car is taking a look at Bobcat, lunges down the inside of Shadow Lancer at the Grandma corner, I will call it tonight. Oh, just see the struggle. Link Seaview. Here goes the V car on the inside of pull on. No, he just backs out. Pretty smart to do. As Mohammed goes back into the session, and look at it. His AI is just faster than them. Well, if that's going to be a win, that will be really controversial. Sheldon lost out as McQuarrie also lost out to AG. On those crash. Well, they both have crash, but that's not really an argument. Hey, take a look at it. Just the AI. And the AI is almost going to make a move there. Oh, Bobcat gets another penalty. And makes a lovely lunge on the butt stop. That's my move. Oh, it just closes the door. Oh, Mohammed Gouno comes in. The AI just decides to come in. That's a shame. Bobcat. Will he now make a lunge on Seaview? Oh, he wanted to do it. I saw it. That just goes a little bit wide of the action. And the V-car takes the invitation and is up to 4th place. Oh, Shadow has a really good run on the Bobcat. The Bobcat is really defending his way. As also Wiggles is not closing in on Dan. So we might see a final lap showdown between Dan and Wiggles. Well, Mohammed's connection is going really everywhere, as you can see here. Let's go to the battle for the front, because that's really important to know. Will it be Dan? Will it be Wiggles? Or will it be Seaview? 3 different teams. From also 3 different manufacturers, I believe. But also the Vita is really going great, because he has also really fresh subs. And he could pressurize Seaview. Well, Seaview is feeling the pressure. And he goes really wide. Oh, he makes a mistake! But let's go to the front with Wiggles, who has the momentum with him. He goes really wide, doesn't get a penalty. Luckily for him, he won't make a move there. But will Bobcat do? Well, he has to do the outside. Or will he do the switchback? It will be... He just cuts off Shadow Lancer. Ha! You have to be brave to do that, man. Bobcat. Outside! Well, I think, well, see if you made a lunge on the Figo, which didn't succeed. But we've entered the final lap of the Belgian Grand Prix with Dan leading the way. 1.5 seconds of a gap he has to Mr. Wiggles. And all he has to do is to stay on the track. Gijs gets penalty. We have the Figo closing in on Wiggles. And Shadow on Bobcat. Bobcat has 6 seconds, so he shouldn't worry about it, but I think Shadow is more worried about those who are in front of him. Let's follow them here, because Dan looks like he's really quick on the straights, but he's a little bit slower through the corners. And that could be an advantage for Wales at the moment, but where can you pass? Maybe if he gets a good run coming out of Pool. He is closing in, but oh no, Figo is on the inside. And he just closes the door on him. Yeah, he's just really closing the door on him. Oh, Bobcat. Oh. Side by side. Side by side. As we're coming to Blanchy more. And Wiggles has the edge. But what's gonna happen here at the final corner? Shadowlands wants to go around the outside, but yet gets shoved off. But oh, he takes it. But let's go to that here, because here's your race winner of the Belgian Grand Prix, with Wiggles finishing in second, survives the attack from Figo. Shadowlands returns with a 4th place, Mark Qwerty in 5th, Fat and Furious in 6th, Energy 7th, Gijs in 8th, Bobcat in 9th, Seaview 10th, and Sheldon will come home in P11. And Mohammed Gona will finish the race on pretty much left behind, but here Sheldon was in the race for him. But can we basically say that Dan just did a Verstappen? He just qualified in P12, just outside the top 10, and just in a few laps time he was at the front of this race. It's honestly really impressive what he has done. So hopefully we will talk to him in the interviews. But here he is, your race winner for the Belgian Grand Prix, Dan. And Adam called it. He said before the race, I'm calling a podium for Dan. Well, just go to the casino, Adam, and maybe you'll win even more than just calling a race win for Dan. Well, he just called a podium, but it's even better. The picture is complete now. The podium again, which are Adam, Wales and Figo. The top 5 are all British. It's just a British league at the moment. But one final time I go for the results. Your winner is Dan in the Alpine for P11 it was. Wiggles second, also for P12. Figo in 3rd, Shadowlands in 4th, Mark Qwerty in 5th, Fat and Furious in 6th, Medici with the fastest lap in the drive finishes 7th, Gijs on 8th, Bobcat in 9th, CPU in 10 with the final point, And outside the points are Sheldon, Mohammed Booner, Sub-Zero, Pudgy, McHarry, Pudge, and Gilberto disqualified. I will invite the top 3, so I'll be back with you very shortly. It should be alright that we invited the top 3 with Dan Wiggles and the V-Car, so even though I have to pee as hell. But we come to the showroom where we will show once again the winning car. Weet je nou, we go to not customization, the virtual showroom, because the Alpine was the fastest car apparently. Here it is. Our race winner Dan is in, so we will start with you if you are ready, of course.
I am ready.
So we're starting off with you, second win in a row, but this one was a little bit more say unsurprising maybe, or unpredictable. So tell us how your race went.
Well, I had a horrific qualifying, put me into a wall that was doing a merry jig and took off both my people. So starting that far down, I had to make bold, brave calls, and the move on to intermediates was that exact call under the safety car. The last 8 laps as well, with wing damage after a little collision with Guna. It was so difficult, so difficult. Why I need to give a shout out to Wiggles behind me as well for the defensive driving to hold the Vicar behind him, because that was incredible the last 2 laps. Just, yeah, absolutely beaming, loving it, loving racing.
Yes, the Vika was on 8 laps younger into, so maybe if he had passed Wiggles, then he could have had a threat on you, but
yes, absolutely, I think he would have as well, because I had Wiggles out of the first couple of corners, but on the straights it was so much quicker, and again, the Vicar overall today was a very, very quick man on track. If he'd have got past, it would have been very hairy into the last few corners.
yes, indeed. And next week we are going to the Netherlands at the Zandvoort circuit. Will you make it 3 in a row?
I was saying to people today, Spa is one of the tracks that I do not like. Zandvoort is a track that I absolutely love, and I'm looking forward to it wholeheartedly. I'm expecting big things from myself. Hopefully, back to back.
We will see if you will make it a triple win. So thank you for the excitement you brought today, and we'll see you next week.
Thank you.
I haven't seen that Wiggles joined, so we'll move on to the V-Car. Are you there?
Yes, I'm here, yeah.
So the V-Car, you were really quick in the dry, but also in the wet, and you were very quick at the end with 8 laps fresher Intus, and please tell us how your race went.
It was a bit of a on-off race because I had a good start, and then safety car came out, went on to inters, and excuse me, I was at the back end, and then another safety car, and I went in for inters again. Well, like I said, I was on much younger and much quicker than the guys at the front. Lots of battles through midfield to get myself up onto the podium, and yeah, I have to say that, you know, Mr. Wiggles defending at the end was excellent. He was very clean, didn't do anything wrong. He kept me back. Had it not been for Mr. Wiggles, you know, I could have possibly have caught Dan, maybe gone past him, I don't know. It would have been great for us to have been first and second again, but you know, both of us on the podium. I think that at the moment Dan is the man to beat, and hopefully at Zandvoort next week he puts it in the wall.
Lovely sportsmanship I heard from you, but but thank you for the excitement you brought us today, and we'll see you next week at Zandvoort.
Yeah, you will, yeah.
And very late we got joined by Wiggles, so very welcome Wiggles to join the party.
Cheers boys, thank you.
So you were really holding off a defeat car in the last lap. It was really great to see, and tell us how your race went.
It was rapid at the end there, and I was just doing everything I could just to be safe, but make sure I defended for my life to get that second place. I think I could have probably had first. I had 0 wings on, so down the straights I was really quick, but going through on routes, Dan was just away. I couldn't get anywhere near him, and he just kept that gap for the last 5 or 6 laps, just on that bit. I just couldn't get near him, but overall happy with second place, buzzing.
Yes, and how do you look forward to next week, Zandvoort?
It's not one of my favourites, if I'm honest, but a bit of confidence from this week, so onwards and upwards, get up them standings, hopefully score some big points again next week, get some practice on this week, and let's have it.
Yes, I also thank you for the excitement you brought to our viewers today, and we'll see you next week with hopefully a one step higher.
Yeah, hopefully.
The discussion already begins here, but we thank you all for watching the GP4 race today, where the fastest drivers came from row 6, with Dan starting 11th and Wiggles in 12th. So will it be the same in GP3? Who knows? We will see you tomorrow, and I will say have a good night, and we'll see you tomorrow for GP3 in action at Spa-Francorchamps. So goodbye.